We've got rank 9, warp fire throwers, and Tretch, which means it's time for your weekly prescription of Slayed Madness. Oh yes, indeed, this time he's going to be up against the Dwarfs. A quick note, I apologize if the last couple videos have been a little extra choppy. I didn't realize I had some encoder settings wrong. Wasn't actually fully utilizing the new graphics card I got, but now should be nice and buttery smooth for you all. But yeah, we've got Dwarfs versus Skaven here. Let's take a look here. Rattling guns already getting shelled. We've got warp fire throwers and rattling guns. And that's basically the army, backed up by some rat ogres, teeth breakers, rattling guns, regiment of renown. Is there also the Giselles? Nope. Looks like that's pretty much it. A couple of slingers mixed in here as well. Should be having quite a bit of fun. And then, yeah, Tretch, Craven Tail. The infantry, of course, are all inside of this Plague Priest right now, with the Vermintide going to be unleashed very shortly, opposing them. Oh, it looks like a couple of wolf rats in the back that are going to be swooping in to try and get on these bolt throwers. We've got some slayers to protect, rangers as well. Yeah, Dragon Slayer plus Thorek Ironbrow, along with, we've got Grumbling Guard, Dwarf Warriors, some miners up front with blasting charges. Let's get things rolling as the Dwarfs defend the hill here. Rangers looking very cool. We got the bolt throwers to back them up. But there go the hounds, and more importantly, in the front line, the miners, Ekron's miners, going to come forward and toss their charges, but are met with flame and kind. Oh yes, absolutely glorious. Simply beautiful destruction, as the Ekron's miners don't even get a single volley of blasting charges off. That's why you take the rank 9. For the extra fire rate, in particular on warp fire throwers, makes them quite potent, but still quite squishy. Definition of a glass cannon. We're going to see this unit here get hit by a rune of slowness. It got hit by a little counterfire from the rangers as well. Going to get caught by dwarf warriors, but more fire on the flanks. And the wolf rats did actually make contact here, but it looks like the slayers were able to defend that back line. This warp fire thrower getting pin cushioned pretty well by rangers. Probably not long for this world, but did they pay for themselves in the meantime? Hard to say. A couple of steam gyros, it looks like, popping on the flank here. Gonna get hit by the teeth breakers. Wow, the sound effects for the warp fire throwers are insane. I don't know if I ever noticed how crazy that is. Grumbling Guard just getting absolutely flambéed as they advance as well. The rat ogres haven't really needed to get involved too much yet, but Grumbling Guard, of course, plenty of leadership, are going to make contact with the warp fire throwers there. Yeah, gyrocopters just getting wrecked by rattling guns, but the bolt throwers managed to stay alive. And even though they're sort of more anti-large, I guess they can be trained onto the rat ogres here, but definitely can pick off models from these weapons teams as well. There's a full health unit of slayers also coming in and protecting what's left of the Ekron's miners. They've got about half their number, which means they can still do some damage with those blasting charges. But it's all about the Dwarfs' counterattack now as their troops advance across the field. Going to try and make contact with these various Skaven weapons teams. Try and get them off the field. Extra leadership, of course, does help the Skaven quite a bit as well. Once those weapons teams do take some damage, they'll be a lot more likely to come back. But looks like they're having some clan rats summoned up. Tretch himself hasn't even needed to get involved yet. He's just cackling, sitting back, allowing his forces to do their thing. But ultimately, dwarves are resilient. They're going to hold. Rangers holding for the time being. Wolf rats being fended off. We still got a few bolt throwers online as well, doing some damage to the rat ogres there. Some dwarfs coming back from rout. The slingers can only do so much. And Thorek, of course, and the Dragon Slayer are also forces to be reckoned with. They pretty much single-handedly take out this unit of rat ogres. And now we're moving on to warp fires out there in the distance. In the meantime, slayers just absolutely massacring rat ogres over on this other flank. These rat ogres also just having a bad time against dwarf warriors in sustained combat. They're okay on the charge, but definitely lack the melee defense and armor to hang around in that engagement for too long. Zooming back over, let's get in close on Thorek and the Dragon Slayer. Yeah. Not exactly dragons, but still breathe fire as he decapitates two of them with a single strike there. A little bit of a rune of speed to help them in their endeavor. But, oh man, those rattling guns open up with a nasty volley as soon as Thorek gets himself loose. To be honest, they should have just been volleying through their own Skaven, but that's okay. we can still pray for a setting that allows for Skaven to just shoot through their own troops. Maybe click a button just to say fire anyway. Would be pretty interesting, nonetheless. We got Rat Ogres closing in here on the Rangers, trying to take them out. Slayers protecting these Rangers here for the time being. They're going to come forward and maybe finish off these Rattling Guns. But the Warp Fires, like I said, that extra leadership helps them stick around even after they've taken quite a bit of damage. So Dwarf Warriors will make contact, get blasted point blank in the face with green fire for their troubles, and at long range as well. Tretch is going to move in here and do things the old-fashioned way. Make a little skewer of the Dwarves. Which, really interesting color scheme. I don't know. It's almost like, I guess, the blue flag, but is it, they're kind of just like gray troops, to be honest? I forget what, oh, it is actually Thorax faction, or... No, that's different. That's actual Karak Azul. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, looks like they have black pants on the Slayers, which is pretty neat. They are going to gloriously charge in here, and some will die in flames. A few will make it through, stumble forward, and start to chop these Skaven up. Very, very brave to get so close to the Warp Fire Throwers. Honestly, if there were ever to be a regiment of renowned Warp Fire Throwers, I think it would be a lot of fun if they were one of those regiments for now that exploded when they get killed in melee, because I feel like that would make a lot of sense, you know? These guys with unstable warp fire tanks strapped to their backs probably should explode anyway, but just as a regiment of renown ability, maybe give them that and maybe something else. Some other kind of special contact effect or something would be pretty cool. I mean, they have a burnt contact effect anyway, but maybe something over and above that. That'd be a cool idea for a regiment of renown, huh? Something in honor of Slade and his rank 9 warp fire throwers. We definitely need a warp fire regiment of renown. Is there one in the Skaven, the Ikit DLC, I want to say? Anyway. 7 clan rats close in on the Rangers, and we should be closing in on the end of this battle very shortly here, as the Dwarfs have been pretty well scattered. The heroic core still remains, but Thorek is getting pretty low. He's going to throw that Rune of Slowness on the Plague caster here as he tries to get away. Demon Slayer's going to say, get over here, and just back chop him somehow. But he's got more summons where that came from. Going to pull up some clan rats to try and screen himself out here. Classic Skaven maneuver. And it does succeed in bogging down those infantry characters, the Dwarfs. Rat Ogre's moving over to potentially assist as well. Slingers I haven't really been highlighting too much, but they are feasting right now on Slayer. Yeah, this one hasn't gotten an insane amount of value yet so far. This one, yeah, both about 200, which, granted, is about how much they cost, so they both paid for themselves. But now, especially, we've got this Slayer out in the open field here. They do technically have a small missile block chance of 30%. Not terrible, but it is something, certainly. But just considering how cheap these slingers are, going to be quite painful for these Slayers. Yeah, they're pursuing a more high-value target in these Rattling Guns, which makes sense to a degree. The Rattling Guns particularly threaten the characters a lot more. But at the same time, there's just such a high volume of Slingers, and they've got such free reign here. Not to mention the Rattling Guns shooting them from the front, which is also going to do a heinous amount of damage. But the fact that it also gives the suppression debuff to slow these Slayers as they advance. They get hit by Slingers from multiple directions. Yeah, the fact that they're shooting from the side and rear also bypasses that missile block chance as well. So Slayer's just taking maximum damage at range here. Very unfortunate situation for the Dwarfs. A few Rattling Guns as well, able to suppress these two as they advance. Get a little more damage on Thorek, maybe try and finish him off. He's going to throw a Rune of Wrath and Ruin at them. Very spitefully. He's not going to actually do that much damage. Will it even break them? Yes, it will. Okay. Heroic Killing Blow and Foe Seeker popped there. Unfortunate timing on that. Mostly going to be wasted. But the Slayers do make contact with the Teethbreakers. They are going to summarily slaughter what's left of them. All the time they're getting continually plinked by Slingers. Gotta respect those Slingers for the Skaven. Always respect low-tier missile troops, to be honest. Just when you least expect, they'll come back and potentially win you the battle. or lose you the battle, depending on your perspective. I mean, I guess they have got an insane amount of value. Well, I take it back. This one actually now has almost 3x paid for itself just because of the damage done to that one Slayer unit. Yeah, an extra 400 value there just from killing that one Slayer. Army losses does kick in now, which means it's just the Slayers left fighting. And a beautiful one. At that. Yes. Hopefully you all enjoyed that. Definitely has been a fun time. I've been quite busy just with real life stuff and school and everything. The past few weeks haven't had as much time to get content out for you guys, but the end is looming near. I should be done with the semester, yeah, by the end of April. So hopefully in May, can start getting back in the swing of things, getting daily content for you guys. And I'm hoping to do a tournament series this summer. I haven't really talked about it yet publicly too much. I need to get all my ducks in a row and get some stuff made for it and kind of plan it out, figure out what I want to do. But I have a couple ideas. I'm gonna workshop some things with some various people in the community and see what might work best. But yeah, definitely want to put in some time on the channel this summer, especially because I'll be going back to school in the fall. So it will be a summer of Warhammer. Enjoy all of that. Hopefully you will. I don't know why I said that like Yoda. Anyway, that's the post-battle breakdown here. Yeah, Slingers, absolutely killer performance there. Superb low-tier troops. Tretch really didn't have to do a whole lot here. Mostly just supervise wanton destruction. The Warp Fire Throwers, of course, rank 9. If you're not prepared, can be quite brutal to deal with. Heathbreakers as well get some really nice value. Wolf Rats contributing. Even one Rat Ogre almost pays for itself, which is nice to see. And the Dwarf player, credit to them here, being faced with a very unorthodox and scary build, let's be honest. Ended up doing pretty decently, all things considered. The one thing you'll note from this, and this is a takeaway just broadly, if you are up against this type of an army, maximum Slayers is the way to go. I would just generally say for most Dwarf matchups, you probably want to max Slayers. I don't know, you Dwarf mains out there, let me know if I'm off base on that. But it just seems like in a lot of situations, what you get from Slayers, both from a mobility, but obviously also anti-large standpoint, like here, if you had more Slayers instead of these other troops, loose formation means they take a little bit less explosion damage from those AoEs, and also, you know, that extra speed helps them close the gap. And the fact they're unbreakable means even if a lot of them get killed in a big shockwave, right, from one of these Warp Fire Throwers, they're still going to complete the charge and finish the job. But, yeah, still, Rangers also on the counterfire get some really nice value. Gyros got hard shut down by Rattling Guns. One of the best units for countering Gyros in the game, honestly, because of that suppression debuff and just the fact they get so many hits on units up in the air like that. And yeah, overall, very fun battle. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you like this sort of content, be sure to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. Every time I upload a new video, you'll be notified. Thanks again. We'll see you next time.